Does living in the wilderness sound like a dream to you? Or do you think that, what the heck on earth would anyone do that? Well, actually, it was one of my dreams, and I've manifested exactly the life I wanted. For the past 2 years, I've been living nearly 7-on-7 with my partner and our animal tribe as only company. In this real life, real talk video, I'm going to share with you 4 insights that I got from that experience and how they can make an impact in your life. Spoiler alert, you don't need to go live in the wilderness to apply them. Living in the wilderness, such as in Alaska, northern Scandinavia, Yukon, or wherever, you name it, an island, is a dream for many. It was for me, and I actually manifested it exactly the way I wanted. So picture this: a remote farm located in a very sparsely populated area in the north of Sweden, with tons of space for my animal tribe to be happy. The closest neighbors about 10 kilometers away, the first town about an hour drive away. Most of the time spent on the farm taking care of the animals. And many days it was just me, my partner, and the furry tribe, when we had no guests or no visitors. For me, who grew up and lived mainly in highly populated areas, it was quite a jump. But I've always felt like a lone wolf. Spending days on my own have never been an issue. I was always more comfortable with animals than with humans. And I'm a nature freak. So it was like just the ideal, the dream, the fantastic things that I just wanted to live and experience. The freedom, the space, a paradise on earth for my animals, idyllic location. So in short, very little contact with other people, just because of where we were located, and even less with our relatives and close friends, obviously. One main human interlocutor to work with, live with, my partner. The animal tribe as my main occupation. It's not that we were doing only that, but of course having so many animals takes a lot of time. Only pure wild nature as the main environment. Last but not least, tight financial resources. For tons of reasons, it's not the purpose of that video. But so you get the overall picture. Now, mix all these ingredients and hear what I got from that experience 2 years down the road. Number 1, the importance of meaningful connection. It's my number 1 insight and probably the biggest I've taken from that experience. What makes you feel at home somewhere, what makes a home feel home, is not only the beautiful place, the location, the ideal house. What really gives the juice of life, what gives some depth to the experience that we are living, is the connection we build and how we share that experience with others. Connections are far more important than I would ever have thought before. Connection is what makes life interesting, brings some light and fun to our everyday life. Because despite living in such a beautiful place, what I miss the most and suffered the most from not having is people. And I would never have thought I would feel that. I miss deep connections, meaningful interactions with people. That's a huge lesson. However much I love my animals, I also actually need human. And this is something completely new. My soul needs it. So I'm curious if you've ever experienced something similar, or if you resonate in any ways with what I'm saying here. I'm curious to know, so just feel free to comment below. So here's my first insight and advice for you. Whatever big goal, big dream you have, make sure that you take the whole of you with you. You cannot leave any part of you behind. It's not going to work. Whether it's the body, the mind, the spirit, all of you needs to come along. And I wasn't aware that I also needed people. I also needed interaction in this way. It's something new. So in a way, my dream missed out on this part. And so it's not the dream life that I thought. So make sure that you take the whole of you, that you take the whole of you into consideration when planning a goal or when going after a dream. If you leave any part of you behind, it's not going to work. You will fail. The lesson number 2, when you are forced to face your dark side. So spending a lot of time on my own or with my partner as my only interlocutor has forced us actually, to face our dark side. When conflicts arise, for instance, there's nowhere to go. You can't really escape for too long, because at some point you'll have to face the other and have that conversation that you're trying to escape or run away from. We had to talk, we had to go through difficult things, we had to face what was not working, and I realized that we really were mirrors to each other's fear, doubt, and all wounds. When you are alone with yourself, or like here with only one interlocutor, one person that is mirroring back all the time how you are feeling inside, any unresolved issue will come up. If the situation has been tough on our relationship, it has taken it to a level that it would never had if we had been in another setting, for instance. But whatever the outcome be, it has contributed massively to our own personal growth. When you've been exploring very gloomy places, you're not afraid of the dark anymore. And it's not just one of these sentences you hear. I've lived it. I know what I'm talking about. So my insight and advice number 2 for you is, are you afraid of your dark side? If you could not escape, what hard, difficult conversation would you have with someone or with yourself? Which hidden sides of you would you be forced to look at? Because this is huge. It's crazy empowering when you are not afraid of looking at your dark side anymore. You're not afraid of it. You've cast a new light on it and you know what's there. It isn't hidden anymore. Now, the lesson number 3. This whole experiment has been an inner resources power bank. Let me explain. When you live like we do, far away from anyone, there is no other choice than to learn how to tap into your inner resources and capacity to bounce back emotionally, spiritually, and mentally from any kind of situation. So in our example, being short on finances, expats in a new country, fairly far from anyone, and being just 2 to take care of the animals 7/7 all year round, it's quite challenging, let's be honest. I'm not complaining here, I'm just stating facts that or elements that have pushed me far beyond my comfort zone and have forced me to grow in ways I wouldn't have otherwise. At some point it went really too far. We were nearly to that breaking point. Mentally and physically exhausted, we kept on going for our animals' sake. I mean, we love them to bits. I learned to tap into my inner resources to find the strength, the power, and the capacity to bounce back from that situation that was not going to be sustainable much longer. I had to connect and really follow my inner guidance, the inner wisdom that was coming through. I had to stop and listen to it. I had to get a grip, bounce back, and make the most of the situation as it was. Even when I just couldn't see the way out. It felt like a dead end. I felt like I had no future anymore. I just didn't know what tomorrow was going to be made of. But I hold on. I was determined to make it work because that was all I could do. And I found that resilience, this inner strength deep inside here. I pushed on, and now the wheel is turning. And the wheel has turned, actually. So here's my third intake advice for you. You also have incredible resources, whatever life is throwing at you, believe me. And life sometimes has to be super hard on us for us to really tap into those resources and activate this inner power that we have here lying deep within. Sometimes it's the only way for us to really start living to our highest potential. So what challenges are you facing or have you been facing that really push you to dig deep and tap into these resources that you didn't even know you had? You have astonishing resources down there. So go dig and find them. They are gold. They're your key to your future and to a far better life. These tough challenges are actually blessings in disguise. And you probably don't know right now what they are. But I promise you they are if you decide to see them this way. If you, by the way, are struggling right now in life and you need a little extra push, a little extra support, I have created a free action guide along with a meditation to help you bounce back from life challenges and any setbacks. So the link is in the description box below. You can just go grab your copy. It's entirely free. Now, the fourth lesson that I've learned and that I think it's super important from this experience in the wilderness with only or mainly animals is the power of purpose and service. I actually resumed my YouTube channel, The Outdoor Witch, because I was craving purpose. I was craving to share and be of service to others. I was struggling with my own sense of purpose after a while up here. I needed to be bringing something else to the table. I felt this urge to connect with like-minded people, to connect with people with whom I would resonate and maybe build a community. Being of service and showing up to the world, to our community, to our friends, family, can make a huge difference in our own lives, in their lives, but in ours as well. I was giving it all to my animals, and I'm still doing it actually. But I needed to share these experiences and more with other humans like you guys. I think that being of service and helping others is what brings another meaning to our lives and our purpose here on earth. To help others and being of service to other people like you gives me more meaning. It gives more meaning to my daily life and the work I'm doing here. Here's my fourth advice and insight for you. If you feel at a really low point in your life, if you don't know what your purpose is, and if you feel isolated, if you feel lost and useless, my really big advice is go out and start doing something for, I don't know, the local charity, the old people in your town, the pets, anything. Find a way to be of service to others because you matter. Your experiences, your identity, your personality matter, and you can really not only change your life but change others' life by putting yourself out there and not keeping it all to yourself. Even if you're at a very low point, anything that you dare to put out there, any bits of yourself that you dare to show others by contributing in a way or another to be of service to others will help you tremendously. So go for it. Don't keep your light for yourself, because I think that we feel much worse when we don't dare to shine and we keep our light for ourselves. It's burning us from inside. We need to spread it out. That's why we are here, why you are here on this earth at this time. So find even a little way to shine that light out there. So here what I wanted to share with you today, and please let me know in the comment how it resonate with you, and if you would be interested in exploring a bit deeper on one or the other topics. If you want a more personal touch, I have some slots open for one-on-one coaching, and I've put the link in the description box below on how to get in touch with me. So thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to share, subscribe, and like that video. It helps the channel to grow and my message to be spread further out in the world. Well, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Bye for now.